Hello. So I'm out here in the leafy suburbs of London on my bike, cycling around, and I've decided to make a video here because actually it's like, look at this, like, it's a golf course and I'm surrounded by golf balls. So yeah, I'm gonna do a video here and hopefully not get hit by a golf ball. There's a bunch of golfers over there in the distance. Anyway, yeah, so this is about how can you defeat progressive corporate culture, which is everywhere really. It's it's pushed by government, obviously. It's in all the large companies and even medium-sized companies have it as well. It's just literally everywhere, especially in London. So just like to tell you a bit about me. So I do work in motion and graphic design, and the work that I have had has mainly been in kind of mainstream corporate work, in fact in politics and in government, and I've experienced that kind of culture, right? So I think I've got a good idea of like why it can be so toxic. It's kind of collectivist intolerance, right? DEI politics, girl boss feminism, LGBTQism and all that. I don't like it, and I'm sure lots of guys out there don't like it either, but there's not a lot you can do when it's like it is the mainstream culture. It's dominant, right? It's everywhere. And actually, I was watching a lot of videos recently. Got some golfers look like they want to come over. Anyway, I was watching videos of people leaving the UK because they think it's going downhill and all the rest. And the thing about that is that the problem is actually international. It's across the Western world, especially in America and the UK and in the entire Anglosphere, really. So I wanted to make a video on like how it can be beaten, right, or at least fought against. And I don't think it's possible to set up a political party because at least like an explicitly, a political party that's explicitly anti all that stuff, because it will just get banned straight away and vilified. And I don't really like the option of kind of running off somewhere else, like into a third world country like the Philippines or something, or living in the woods trying to escape it, because I don't know if that's really a good option. I think the best option is probably to you can leave, you can do whatever you like, but also fight the system, and you can do that by what I believe the best way to do it, I think, would be to adopt some sort of counter economics. Because if you think about it, the entire system, right, is like basically an interest-based inflationary system, and it's based on inflationary economics. Stakeholder capitalism that you might hear like in those videos and from the World Economic Forum and all the rest. So as a stakeholder capitalist, like if you have £1 million, you could have a lot of money, like at least around £1 million, and you put that into some BlackRock ETFs, and then you'll get around 7 to 12% return or something like that, and that'll be like 70 to 120k or something a year return, right? A salary of 70 to 120k return. Like that's like a good, decent like yearly salary that you get for doing nothing, right? For sitting around doing nothing, you can get that money if you have that million, and then if you put it into some index fund with that kind of return. And by doing that, you're supporting the stakeholder capitalist system. You get your cut, and the fund managers in BlackRock and whichever index fund manager gets to keep all the voting rights, and then they get to keep pick the company directors and perpetuate their progressive politics throughout the entire Western world, right? So you get rewarded with like access to the magic money tree, and I think that's why all these companies adopt that kind of that kind of progressive politics, because there's obviously a financial incentive. Like they get access to that magic money tree, they get, I don't know, listed in an ETF or whatever, and banks pump money into it and all the rest. But in that system, by definition, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. So the only way out of that is a sort of civil disobedience, right? A sort of DIY culture going on, happening against it. And I think that's where the real revolution is. It's in crypto, in a sort of non-custodial version of crypto, peer-to-peer cash, a deflationary cryptocurrency that you choose, that you think is a good one, and you adopt that cryptocurrency. So especially if you have a business or something where you can say, look, I accept, you have a trade, right? You accept Bitcoin Cash, for example, or Monero, or a decent crypto in exchange for your services or your product, and you advertise it. Because it's deflationary, you not only spread adoption by advertising that you accept that cryptocurrency, but you also incentivize you also end up making money in that deflationary cryptocurrency, and inevitably the value of that cryptocurrency will go up because it's more adopted, because you're advertising it as something that's worthy of being accepted as a medium of exchange. And obviously, people can invest in it by buying it, and it's a different system. It's a deflationary system in opposition to the inflationary system that you get, via all these index funds. So as adoption spreads, people end up buying that crypto like stock, the value goes up, you get richer, other holders get richer, and index fund managers like BlackRock lose market share in their scheme because other people start seeing that cryptocurrency is actually valid economic system. But in that system, the poor get richer and the rich get poorer inevitably, because as the value of your crypto goes up, some rich person, some index fund will start buying up that crypto like they did with Bitcoin. So there'll be a huge wealth transfer there. And that, I think, is a proper motivation behind crypto and the reason for its existence. You make money and you get to take part in something that's revolutionary. You can do that, or you can, if you have the money, you can do the alternative and support the Death Star and the destroyer of nations, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, and all the rest. That's all I've got to say about that. So it's just stuff that I've been thinking about, and if you have a business or a trade, or even if you don't, definitely something to think about. Like, comment and subscribe, and do follow me on X. Thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.